should you blow the whistle internally before you blow it externally? What I mean by that, some people ask, should I report it through my corporate human resources or my compliance program or the anonymous whistleblower line through the company? The answer is definitely do not take yourself through those routes, or else you're going to be playing catch up and defense before you really know what your options are. And the only way to know your options is actually to speak with a whistleblower lawyer ahead of time before trying one of those routes. But let's go down the rabbit hole and assume you are going down one of those routes. What happens? Well, generally, after you report it, no matter how anonymously you think you're reporting it within the company, you will be cornered by individuals from the company and asked questions. And those individuals will tend to be management. They may be lawyers, and in all likelihood, they will be lawyers, and they're going to ask you questions again and again and again. And I'm going to go over some of those questions that they're going to ask you with the strong caveat: before you go down this route, you should have an attorney on your team, because the company's attorneys are going to ask you to sign things. They may even have you sign 2 pieces of paper. First of all, saying everything you're doing is voluntary, you're reporting this. And the second, they're going to go over your facts with you, and they're going to go over them again and again and again, and maybe create inconsistencies and ask you to sign off on those. Some of the questions they may ask, and strike that, one of the things that you should ask, no matter how high up you are in the company, is when the attorney's there from the company, who does the company attorney work for? Does the company attorney work for you, or does it work for the company? And if there's a conflict between the two, who does the company attorney's loyalty go to? And the answer is the company's attorney's loyalty is to the company itself. Even if you're the CEO, CFO, COO, the loyalty of that lawyer is to the company, not to you. So that's just something to have in mind. If you retain a personal law firm, personal attorney, their loyalty is to you as the individual. So going back to some of the questions they may ask you is what happened, when, how, why, if you're trying to blow the whistle on something. Who was involved? They're going to want details. Do you have any evidence? And they're going to go over that very thoroughly. Tell me every bit of evidence you have. Did you use your phone to take some evidence? If so, they're going to want it. Did you secrete things to your personal account? If so, they're going to want it. How many other employees know about this? Who knows about it? Has anything similar to this happened in the past? What, if anything, are the consequences to the business as a result of the information you want to blow in the whistle about? And then it starts to get a little more delicate, because they start to ask questions like, how long did you know about this for? And then, why didn't you report it right away? And those last 2 questions may seem innocent enough, but nothing is innocent. They may use those questions as grounds to terminate you, even though they may have an anti-retaliation policy. So the anti-retaliation policy is to encourage individuals to come forth with information for the betterment of the company. But once you do report it, they may say, well, it's a violation of company policy to sign off on a Medicare reimbursement that you knew was false. And even though you did it at the bequest of somebody else, you signed off, so therefore you should be terminated. Thanks for reporting it. Now leave. So this is a pretty cursory examination, but when you talk with individuals from the inside of the companies about how this process works, that's pretty much how the process works. So if you're thinking about blowing the whistle, before you use the internal compliance, ethics, hotlines, human resources, definitely take advantage of speaking with a whistleblower law firm like ours by calling 877-561-0000.